Hello everyone. So we have some satellite imagery of Sevastopol harbour here, and there's nothing concrete to confirm the sinking of the Tsiklon Karakurt-Class ship, but there are signs that something did happen. First, here's the before. So this shows the location of the Tsiklon on the 17th. We can also see the Natya-class vessel, the minesweeper, that was initially reported as being sunk. This image was shared by Kev on Twitter, and here, the 20th, after the attack. Now, firstly, the building above where the Tsiklon was has got clear signs of damage, so something did hit this region. Moving on, you can see all of the ships that were berthed here have been removed. We'll check later images and see if these are in Sevastopol or if they've been moved to Novorossiysk soon. And there's no sign of a Tsiklon. However, over the spot where the Tsiklon was, the only ship present is a Project 23370 rescue boat. So, this is a potential sign that the Tsiklon was hit here, and that the Tsiklon may now be lurking in Davy Jones's locker. Now, I had a look at the depth of Sevastopol to see if a ship could sink here and be fully submerged, and it shows a water depth of between 7.6 metres to 13.7 metres depending on the area. Now, I couldn't get the exact height of a Karakurt-class corvette, but as seen here, these are smaller than the BNB corvettes, which have a height of around 6.57 metres. So, it is more than possible that one of these Karakurts could sink in the harbour without a trace showing above water, as the water depth is higher than the ship itself. An argument against it is the lack of any visible oil slick, but that may just not have shown up on these satellite imagery. So far, we have a few signs that something happened. The damaged building, the loitering rescue boat, and the depth of the harbour could conceal Russia's newest submarine. Let's look further. MT Anderson shared this image of a small section of a base. Here, we can see a floating crane has been towed away, heading away from the position of the Tsiklon. These are about 1.2 kilometres west of the damaged building and the area where the Tsiklon was berthed. Also here is what is labelled as an unknown vessel of around 88 metres in length and a Natya-class minesweeper. Now there are 4 of these Natyas in service, but only 2 are active, with the turbinist and the Vice Admiral Zhukov having been withdrawn from service. These are in Novorossiysk. So 1 out of the 2 Natyas are seen here. The Natya, remember, was initially said to have been hit, so I would be interested in seeing if we can account for 2 of these or not. Now going back to the 88 metre vessel, this has since been identified. Capt N on Twitter identified it as being the Epron, which is a Prut-Class Rescue Ship. So now we have a floating crane, a small rescue tender over the Tsiklon site, and now a Prut-Class Rescue Ship also in the area, around 1 kilometre away from the Tsiklon. So these are big signs that something happened and that a ship was sunk. But without a body, we can't 100% be sure and say for definite. Let's check out some more evidence, Dr. Watson. So this image here shows the 2 Krivak-class frigates tear-arsing through Sevastopol harbour, one of them certainly moving at a brisk pace. So, why is this important? Well, let me turn to Novorossiysk. Here, you can see one of the Krivak-class ships has been evacuated to Novorossiysk. These are usually seen at Sevastopol. They're air defence frigates, so the air defence missile systems on them provide protection of Sevastopol harbour. It's very rare to see them at Novorossiysk, but we have seen them here in the past, but typically these are always at Sevastopol. So we could be looking at here pretty much an emptying of Sevastopol because it's now too vulnerable. The other Krivak is nowhere to be seen. Here though we can see a selection of other ships, important ones being the Grigorevich-class and the BNB, and here another selection of ships, including 2 Natya-class minesweepers. These are the ones which are believed to be decommissioned or inactive. Notably, no sign of a Karakurt-class ship here, but the northern part of the base isn't visible, and we have seen 2 Karakurts there. Those ones are undergoing sea trials. So, I would be interested in seeing satellite imagery of that section of the base as well, just in case the Tsiklon did survive and it has been moved here. We can't rule it out. I'd also be interested to see if a second Krivak has also been evacuated to Novorossiysk out of a way to keep it safe. It could be of the northern part of the base. Personally although we don't have conclusive evidence yet, I think signs are mounting that a Karakurt, the Tsiklon, was sunk. The presence of rescue ships and recovery ships in the area, the damaged building, and the evacuation of at least one Krivak to Novorossiysk does suggest that a ship was hit. So we will need to keep an eye on Sevastopol and see if a wreck is raised in the near future, or if the Tsiklon did survive, if it makes an appearance in dry dock anytime soon. The Tsiklon was seen in past satellite imagery at the entrance of Sevastopol harbour, guarding the entrance. So, if it did survive and wasn't hit at all, I expect we will soon know. But personally, given the damage to the building near where the Tsiklon was, the rescue ship over the area where the Tsiklon was, and the recovery ships which are nearby, I think it's in Davy Jones's locker. Not 100% confirmed yet, we can't say for sure, but personally, the evidence is mounting that the Tsiklon was sunk. And I can't see Russia leaving a wreck lying at the bottom of a harbour like this, so I expect we will see it raised and moved somewhere. So I expect in the coming weeks we will get 100% evidence that the Tsiklon was sunk. Now, I have a final image for you. This may be completely unrelated to the attack on the Tsiklon, but it was again shared by MT Anderson on Twitter. This shows 4 ships heading east towards Novorossiysk. These are quite small vessels. MT Anderson puts them at 55 to 63 metres in length, but of course, given the satellite quality here, we can't tell for sure what they are. Also highlighted is a grain thief, so this could be a routine patrol heading east along the coast of Crimea to guard it against marine drones or that sort of thing. Or it could be the escort for the grain thief that's also highlighted, as they're in pretty much the same area. But 4 ships to protect one grain thief is a bit much. But I don't think this is related to the evacuation of Sevastopol harbour. I think it's a routine patrol or something like that. Also, close to the harbour itself, 2 boats were detected. Also, likely a routine patrol. So, this image is pretty much unrelated, I think, to the sinking of the Karakurt, but I thought it worth a look at the end of the video. Now, before I finish, I'm going to play a video from the Ukraine Volunteer Centre about the ongoing fundraiser with them. The donation information is in the description. Big thanks to everybody who's helped out so far, and take care, everybody.
Good afternoon, greetings from the Ukrainian Volunteer Center. Dear friends and patrons of our country, today we are announcing a new fundraiser. The goal is to raise $9,900 from the $13,000 for a car Renault Duster for soldiers from the paramedics unit in Donetsk direction, $3,000 for 2 tons of USL fuel for the 3rd Separate Battalion of the Ukrainian Volunteer Army, and also $3,900 for helmets model Fast and Tactical Sneakers for aerial reconnaissance in Zaporizhia direction. The mail on the video is our PayPal address, as well as in the description of the channel there are links to crypto wallets. For the biggest donation we sent a piece of a Su-34 airplane that was shot down in the Chernihiv region. Remember, even the smallest donation can make a big difference. Let's support our heroes and show them that the whole world stands with them. Thank you for your generosity, kindness and support. With love from Ukraine.